What's up, guys? Mr. Dan here, back again with another video. Mr. Dan and martial arts, or Mr. Dan and action, Mr. Dan and drama, Mr. Dan and kaiju movies, Mr. Dan and everything but horror lately. Well, I'll get back to the horror soon. I don't know, I'm just watching whatever I want to watch lately. Film noir. Anyway, guys, there's a great channel out there. I'm just going to talk about 4 really good underrated movies that I picked up. Either used or possibly at Dollar Tree or oldies.com. None of them cost more than $5 or $6. 4 solid drama / maybe a little comedy in one of them. And I kind of want to do it in the style of a new channel that I've been really getting into lately, the Jim Tatro channel. Hope I'm pronouncing that last name right. But you know, Jim is a real film lover. He basically picks a category like Walter Hill movies, and he'll just rank his favorite Walter Hill movies, or he'll talk about movies that are 50 years old, and it's very concise. He's very knowledgeable. He gets right to the point. He says a few sentences about each film, and really good stuff. So check out his channel. I'll put it up on the screen here so you can see it. So what I'd like to do is kind of take a page out of that book and just talk about these 4 really underseen movies that I've picked up in the last 6 months or so. Anyway, let's just get to it. This one, Dollar Tree, Leave No Trace. Had no idea what it was. Ben Foster. This young lady here, Thomasin Harcourt McKenzie as Tom. She gives a phenomenal performance. Good acting all around. The whole movie is well acted by everybody. It's about a father and daughter who live off the grid. He is a veteran. He's got some PTSD issues. He's on, or at least he gets medication from the VA, and it's basically, the film is kind of a character study. It's also sort of a not so subtle indictment of the entire Veterans Administration and the care of veterans who have issues. You do get to see some other veterans in here. But what I like about it is they don't make anybody into a villain. The system is clearly broken. But what happens is they're living off the grid in the woods. Every once in a while they clean themselves up. They go into the VA building so he can get some medication. And he gets medication from the VA. And there's a twist to that. But I decided to edit over this part because I don't want to give it away. But it's kind of a sad and depressing twist to the medication angle. They pick up some freebies from the VA and things, and then they go back into the woods. Eventually, they are discovered, and they are basically remanded to the system, not prison or anything, but just to the system, social services. And there's some concerns that his daughter is not in school and so forth. And what I like about it is none of the people involved in that are horrible villains. Everyone is like a real person. The system is broken, but this is a very intelligent, mature film. And obviously, as Tom starts to get older, she starts to question her desire to be out in the woods. They meet some other people who don't live off the grid, but they live in trailers and things. And there's a chance to sort of become part of that community. But can the father sort of put his issues aside and do that remains the question. And it's just a solid film. I got it from Dollar Tree. Phenomenal film. Well acted. I got this from oldies.com, I think, for about $3 or $4. The Devil to Pay. They started a war, she brought a reckoning. This is starring Danielle Detweiler in the lead role. She is phenomenal in this. Apparently she plays Mamie Till in the Till movie. I have not seen it. But this could have been the plot of the series Justified. This could have been a whole season of Justified, or at least a few episodes. It takes place in that kind of world, where they have something called the Creed, which is a set of rules that you have to abide by. There's even a sign when she's leaving the territory that says the Creed stops here. Anyway, her husband was supposed to go on a mission for someone who's almost like the boss of the area. She is not a stereotypical villain. She looks like Martha Stewart. She kind of talks like her with an accent, of course. A regional accent. She's constantly baking. There's only 1 or 2 times where she leans in and actually threatens the lead character. And basically what happens is her husband was supposed to go on an errand for this woman and never showed up. And now she has assumed the debt. Okay? and she lives, this is a very rural area, so she has a son. They have a great relationship. So these goons come and watch her son while she must go on these errands to repay this debt. And she also stumbles onto kind of a religious cult, and it's just a really solid film. The villains are great. They're not overdone. You know, it's just really good all around. Check it out. Actually, let me get to this one. Yeah, I took these off because of the glare, but I did a full review of this if you want to check it out. The movie Broken. This was a Dollar Tree. Morjana Aloui from Martyrs and Mel Radu. It's about a home health care worker who's taking care of a, I believe, paraplegic man who's got some issues, and she herself has some issues, and as he becomes more unmanageable, her mental health starts to decline, and it is a rough film to watch. You get to see a lot of the rather difficult things that home health care workers have to do. You know, I mean, there's like bodily functions in that movie and everything, but really a solid film. Not an easy film to watch. It'll stay with you for a while, but that's a good one. Next, this is definitely the most lighthearted. I think I saw this on Dark Side Records. It was used. I said Warren Oates in a movie called Cockfighter. I knew nothing about it, never heard of it. That was enough for me. He came into town with a cock in his hand, and what he did was illegal in 49 states. They came up with that tagline because they didn't know how to market this. I mean, it's about cockfighting, so the big money sport that's dirty, violent, and outside the law. He wants to win, like, the championship. He wants to be Cockfighter of the Year. And he loses, and he has a vow of silence. So for much of the film, he doesn't speak. He communicates through just gestures and sign language. Again, all of these films are just so well acted. I mean, you got Warren Oates in the lead role. He's always great. And then you have an actor named Richard B. Schull playing a character named Omar. He's fantastic in this. He did a ton of TV back in the day, like he was on the Rockford Files. Really good actor. You got Harry Dean Stanton, Robert Earl Jones, that's James Earl Jones's father. Ed Begley Jr.'s in it. He may be a little miscast, to be honest with you, because he's not very menacing. Maybe at the time he was, you know, a little more believable. But it's got the Harry Dean Stanton rule, so it can't be a bad movie. And it's just about his sort of trials and tribulations and a lot of the underhanded things that happen in this world. I mean, there's robbery involved, and it's just good. It's just fun. Great. Watch the trailer. That song will get stuck in your head. I'm telling you, it's just kind of a fun movie. The only drawback for some people might be the depiction of cockfighting and some of the things that they do, which even in the world of cockfighting are kind of underhanded. It's just a great, fun sort of character study. Very much a film of its time. It feels like, you know, this 1974. 83 minutes too. It goes by. It's fun. I enjoyed it. There you go, guys. Have you guys heard any of these? Are you interested in any of these? Check out oldies.com, Dollar Tree, Dark Side Records. You know, they got a lot of good films that, if you're on a budget, you can get a lot of entertainment out of. All right, thanks a lot, guys. Later.